All right. Let's do a quick mic check. If you guys can hear me, say heyo. Let me just adjust some things here. All right, nice. Okay, okay. Welcome to this fine afternoon or evening, depending on where you're joining from, I guess. Oh. Yeah, I know some of you would have liked to see my face, but unfortunately, I couldn't get that to work. So maybe next time. Maybe next time. Yeah, I'm just getting things face reveal once I hit 10,000 subs. Sure. Sure. We can do that. Just getting things finalized and set up here, and we can get going in a minute or two. How are you guys enjoying the ambience of this scene? I feel very relaxed at the moment. Very, you know, very zen-like. And if you're not feeling that way from this scene, then I've already failed as a game developer. Yeah, I see a couple of people in here. Welcome. Don't be shy. Say hi. How about we check out the credits for this game? Let's see who's responsible for creating this masterpiece. I'm gonna get a logo. That's gonna change. Okay. Nice. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I should mention this was I had this as a Kickstarter project, and it was a really small project. and it was successful thanks to all these guys. So I'm pretty happy about that. But anyways, I think we can get started. Welcome everybody. My name is Bisong. I'm a filmmaker and video game developer. And I'm making this little game called Sainthood. And it's a very simple, relaxing strategy game where you get to serve your community and you help and you build your faith, right? So you play as a nun who goes around the town helping people out and spending time doing spiritual activities in the convent. Okay, so it's a very simple game. The reason I wanted to make this is because as a game developer, uh, I've had several start and stop projects, demos, uh, game jams, whatever, and I just wanted to make something that I could finish and that's very high quality, small scope, so that I could have a product out there in the market. So it's just a personal challenge for me really. So I decided to settle on this game because, well, the other thing too is I didn't, you know how it is when a Nigerian person makes something, anything, like in the video game space, the headline is always, you know, Nigerian does this or first Nigerian to do this or whatever. So I didn't really want that. I wanted the game to speak for itself on its own terms rather than have me be the center of attention. So this has nothing to do with being Nigerian, it has nothing to do with Africa, it has nothing to do with anything. It's just a game where you serve people and build your faith. So if that gets traction on its own, and thankfully the Kickstarter I ran sort of verified that, yeah, a couple of people are interested in this subject, regardless of the person making it. So that made me a little happy, and I decided I was going to finish the game if I got a little funding, a little extra funding. And fortunately, I did get some extra funding, so I am going to finish the game. I'm trying to target December, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, enough talking. Let's uh, let's jump into the game. Oh, I should actually look at the chat. Toby, Toby asks, "How is the baby?" Yes, the baby is fine. I should mention if you do hear any crying in the background, don't worry. I have a 4-week-old in the house, so it's been fun adjusting to adjusting to the daddy life. Yes, it's been fun. So the baby's fine. She's cool. She's around. Mommy's around too. They're both chilling. But you know how it is with babies. Anything can happen. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, Murray, hi. Murray's asking, did you build this in Unity? Yes. Yes, this is built in Unity. I've been using Unity for a while, over 5 years. And I used to work at a mobile game company in Winnipeg, and we used Unity to build our games. So that's how I learned Unity. And then I started doing my little projects on the side, and then I left that company, and then I just kept on using Unity because it's easy. The asset store is amazing. You can buy assets and use them freely in your game. All of these assets that you see here, the art assets, are from the asset store. I'm not a 3D modeler. I didn't model anything minus the character herself. So the Unity Asset Store is amazing. And Unity, if you understand C Sharp, so I'm a programmer by trade. That's what I went to school for. So C sharp is like my love language. I can speak it, I can play in it, and Unity uses C sharp, so it's a it's a perfect engine for me. Uh, Shay is asking about the fund. Yeah, so this demo was funded with with the Kickstarter campaign. I did a little, I think I asked for $1,000 or something, and I got about 1,500. So that was nice. I didn't market it. It was just a thing. I just wanted to put it out there to see if there would be any interest at all. And so I got about 1,500 bucks for that. But then um the Canada Media Fund had I think it was a COVID grant as well. So I applied for that with this project and I got it. So that was nice. And yeah, that's what I'm going to use to see if I can hire some people, like someone to get me a new logo and to help me flesh out my UIs and to add. There's a lot of art coming in the game that I wish I could show you guys, but this is the Kickstarter demo. Um, so this hasn't been updated since January or so. But I've added a lot of art to the game, and it's looking nice, and also the lighting as well. I just learned. Funny enough, I say I've been using Unity for 6 years, but I never really knew how to bake my scenes. So the lighting you're going to see is like it doesn't use any baked global illumination for this demo. But in the full game, like when I figured out how to do global illumination in Unity and to have all my lights set to mixed and all that, I guess I'll talk about it a bit more. But when I figured out how to do that, I was like, wow, this game actually looks a lot better. So, anyways, yeah. So I'm just going to hit new game now. Gonna get started. And I'm just going to play the demo. I'll walk through the demo. If I see any questions about the game, about how it's made, I'm very happy to talk about that. Or just general philosophy questions, like why I decided to make a game based on religious sentiments, because, you know, market-wise, I don't even know if that's a wise idea at all. Like the only games you find in the market about nuns are like ninja nuns and you know, uh, um, well, you know what kind of games you see about nuns or movies. So, without further ado, let's go. All right, you're probably wondering what does week one mean? Very interesting question. Okay, so week one. Actually, hold on one sec. I'm just gonna do something quick. I saw a thing that happens, and when that happens, it usually means that I'm going to encounter an interesting bug. So I close the game because I don't want to embarrass myself on a live stream, and I'm gonna start again. Okay, so what does week one mean? Well, initially, I my idea was to have the game, um, each, I guess, mission or level, or each sequence of events happen according to weeks. But that's changed now. It's going to be seasons. So this is the summer season, and that's what the demo runs for. So week one is basically summer, and then week two is going to be fall, week three is going to be winter, and week four is going to be spring, and then the cycle starts again. Right? So basically, the way I've implemented it now that you're not going to see in this demo is that each season different things happen both visually in the environment and gameplay wise as well. So I'll talk about the summer stuff and then maybe I'll talk about what happens in the other seasons. So there's a little story that I wrote as well. Uh, you guys can read. I don't know if I'm going to read. Maybe I will. You knock on the convent doors at the crack of dawn, tired from your long journey, with only the shoes on your feet and the habit on your back. The habit is the thing that nuns wear, the clothes. That's what they're called. Doors swing open to reveal a large woman dressed in an all-black habit, a stern look on her face. You must be the new girl, she says, sizing you up. You look like you haven't had a meal in a month. She wasn't completely wrong, as you had barely a decent meal in the 60 days you took to travel here. Wow, 60 days, wow. No matter, we need all the help we can get. My name is Margaret Juville, and I'm the prioress here. Come on in, she says as she grabs your hand. You're just in time for the Liturgy of the Hours. Come quickly, let us begin. So, Margaret Juville is a Canadian saint. She was canonized. I don't remember when she was canonized, but she's a real life Canadian saint. And my plan for this game is after each week or each season, you get to unlock real life saints. So again, I wish I could show you guys the artwork. We've already gotten started on the artwork, and it's looking really good. So I have about 20 to 25 saints planned in total, and Margaret Juville is one of them that you get to unlock. And when you unlock it, when you unlock the saints, you get this beautiful portrait, the stained glass portrait, and you get a little bio of their lives, what they did, why they're saints, and when they were born, when they died, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's gonna be fun in the full game to unlock these very cool heroes of the past, and that's kind of really the goal of the game. It's the goal of each season to get your score high enough so you can unlock these cards. Okay, so on to the gameplay. Performing activities is straightforward. Simply press and hold the prayer button to partake in spiritual activities. Okay, so this is the convent. Uh, this is the time, 6 a.m. The game runs on this day-night cycle, and as you can see in the tooltip down below, every activity takes 30 minutes. So if I press and hold to pray the Liturgy of the Hours, and Liturgy of the Hours, it's a thing that nuns do in convents. It's like a prayer time basically, and Bible reading and that kind of stuff. Um, okay, so let's do that real quick. Very easy, just press and hold. Each activity takes 0.5 hours to complete, 30 minutes. As you can see, it's 6:30 right now. Spiritual activities like praying and Liturgy of the Hours increase your faith points, FP. So that's the plus sign on the right there. It's up there, right? So if we look at faith points, we need to get to 75 by Sunday. And the way you increase your faith points is you do spiritual activities. So praying, going to mass, Liturgy of the Hours. Okay, so this has gone halfway. Let's finish up. Right, 7 a.m. now. We got +2, 19. And then the story continues. Afterwards, Prioress shows you to your room. As you may have noticed, she starts standing by the doorway. Everything around here runs according to schedule. Very important. Everything around here runs according to schedule. You must always be aware of the time and the activities that require your attention. That's the gameplay in general. It's a time management kind of game. We have Liturgy of the Hours 4 times a day, every day, and we always post the start time of the next session above the convent. So please try to make it as often as you can. You hear a knock on the door. Good, your first task for the day. You better get that. The prioress commands and walks off. You open the door to reveal a tall, dark, heavily built man with a scruffy beard clad in a tank top and baggy pants, with no hair on his shiny head. Name's LT, he says. Fun fact, LT is my brother's name. Shout out to LT if he's in the chat. He contributed to the Kickstarter, so I put his name in there. He had a very high tier, so LT is gonna show up a lot in this game. Anyways, his voice is so hoarse you wonder how he does not squint from the throat pain as he speaks. Spoke to your mother's superior. She said we could borrow some help with construction of the hospital. I suppose that help would be you. Before you can respond, he continues, Ma'am, we really don't have time to chit-chat. I need to head back. Come on down to the hospital at your earliest convenience. Need all the help we can get. And with that, he walks off. Okay, so this just popped in. It's our energy. And the tooltip says, walking and other activities deplete your energy. Praying or sleeping increases your energy. Very simple. So praying, you can see at the bottom left there, plus 1 FP and plus 1 energy. And then sleeping is plus 3 energy. But we can't do any of those now because we have to go help out at the hospital. So let's step out the building. Okay. Real quick, let me just take a look at the chat here. Any plans to make a profit from the game? Shay asks. Oh, first of all, somebody asked if there are any flying nuns. Man, I'm sure if you check, you could find flying nuns. I'm pretty sure you could check. I can't think of any examples. Um, but yeah, for this game, I wanted to. I thought just simply making a game about regular, normal nuns is enough to stand out, and and I think I'm right. Shaya asks, are there any plans to make a profit from the game? Yeah, yeah, definitely. So my goal with this is to put it on Steam. I don't know how feasible that is. I've never put a game on Steam before, but that's my goal. So I'm going to see if I can put it on Steam. I'm going to try to spend, because I have some funds, I'm going to try to spend cash on either getting a PR firm to help me with the PR for this game. It's going to be a very, very targeted niche. Anyone who plays, relaxing games, who's interested in Catholicism, who's interested in strategy. Those are like the three demographics there. So it's very niche. I'm not. This isn't going to be a big thing. It's a small game for a small audience. But yeah, I do. I hope it makes a profit. But I do plan to put it. I do plan to put it on Steam. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so let's see, what do we have here? I built an installation Flash-based game about 10 years ago called Lost in Thought using ActionScript animated graphics. It was about wandering aimlessly inside a human head. Wow, Murray. That is interesting. Yeah, man, I used to use Flash too back in the day with ActionScript. Yeah, those were the days, man. I still have some projects on Newgrounds. Murray, I don't know if you ever used Newgrounds, but yeah, that was fun. That's an interesting game. If you have it online, I'd like to check it out. Uh, yeah, okay. So let's let's continue here. So moving through each square also takes zero point 0.5 hours, half an hour, and costs energy. Okay. So this is the world map. If I step out here, you can see the entire world. And this is the game, really. This is it. So each season, the environment changes to the different seasons. But for this demo, we just have summer. So if you look at all these other buildings, they're construction sites. It's all rubble at the moment. But this one has the icon on top of it, and the arrows say we should go there. So let's go there. Story continues. Arriving at the construction site, you see a small gathering of men and women helping out with all sorts of activities. Yeah, so you see, with each of these story vignettes, there would be a illustration beside it. So this would be redesigned a little bit, and you're going to see illustrations to further emphasize the story and just to give it more texture, to further immerse you in the story. Glad you made it. LT bellows from behind. Couple of hours and we're done here. Feeling the sweat on your brow, you begin to track the energy you consume. Then, rolling up your sleeves, get to work. Alright, so very simple. Construction. Press and hold. Takes half an hour. It takes one energy. And I guess we have to do this a couple of times, 4 times. Perfect. There's a loud cheer as everyone celebrates the completion of the hospital. LT catches up with you. Oh, by the way, let me know if you guys can hear the game sound. I'm just curious about that because I also put a lot of work into the sound design and the audio because um, again, to make a relaxing game, you have to have the ambience as well. So let me know if you can hear the sound. Uh, let's see. Not bad, he says with a smile that exposes gaps in both rows of teeth. Did good, ma'am. Could use more of your help on that orphanage too. I'll keep you posted on that. So as you can imagine, LT is going to be the guy who comes up to you every day when a new building is ready to be completed, and then you go help finish that building. As he walks off, a young woman walks up to you. Hi there, you must be the new novice at the convent. Thank you so much for your help. She shakes your hand with a heartwarming smile. My name is Anna, and I'm the head nurse here. The smile quickly fades. I must ask another favor of you. I'm in desperate need of medical supplies. You will save a life if you could hurry and get us supplies from the shop before time runs out. Looking at the time, it's 10:30. You notice you can make liturgy of the hours on your way to the shop. You head out immediately. Okay, so CP just came in. Charitable activities like volunteering and building construction increase your charity points. Okay, so let's look at charity points. You got to get to 75 by Sunday, and you can increase it by serving the community. So delivering items, volunteering, etc., etc. So if you look at the hospital here, there's you can pray the rosary in the chapel to increase your faith points. You can help with delivering a baby. You can spend time and energy assisting with hospital duties. So this is the general volunteer icon. Other buildings would have volunteer icons, and depending on what building it is, would determine what you're helping with, what you're volunteering with. And then this is the deliver icon to deliver meds. So we need 2 medical supplies, and we have a deadline of 5:30. Okay, so let's step out. Liturgy of the hours is at 12 p.m. And of course, I've designed this tutorial in such a way that you're always going to make liturgy of the hours for this first day. But once we finish with this tutorial, you're going to see that it's going to be pretty difficult to make that all the time. But yeah, so we got there just in time. It's 12 o'clock. Good, I'm glad you could join us for this, the pirate says. And for a split second, you imagine the slightest crack of a smile on the corner of her lips. Your services will always be required by the community, and you will do well to serve them. But you must also make time for God. Keeping this balance between your service to your community and your prayers to God is the path to sainthood. She ushers you into the chapel to begin the liturgy. So yeah, man, that's the game, man. That's the balance. All right, so we're gonna do prayer here to 1 o'clock. Better get going, Pirate says. Hospital needs you. Side notifications pop up to always remind you of the next liturgy of the hours and all upcoming building deadlines. So they always come up on the left there. So we can see the hospital icon. Got the number 2, 5:30. So whenever you're in a building, you're always going to see all the buildings listed that have deadlines. Okay. So let's step outside. Let's go to the market. I should also mention in the full game. Hey, Gilbert is here. Hey, Alpha. How you doing? I should also mention In the full game, you'll be able to go into every building. So right now, it's just zoomed in to the building, and the only one you can actually see inside is the convent. But in the full game, you're going to be able to see inside all the buildings. All right, so welcome, welcome. A large man standing behind the counter bellows, grinning from ear to ear. I'm Andre. Don't get visitors in our little town, so I'm glad you're here. I hope you do stay longer than I last figured. Please have a look at my wares, he continues. Item pickups and drop-offs take no time at all. Very important. Anything here is yours, provided you have enough coin, of course. So, purchased items appear in your inventory above. Purchasing or delivering items take no time at all. Okay, so it's 2 o'clock. I'm going to buy medical supplies. Shows up there. Time doesn't move, right? Done. Ready to step out. Once you step out, it's 2:30, 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock. Check out that smooth transition into the evening. It's sunset now. Uh, so the clock, like I said, it's a day-night cycle. So the sky boxes in the background will be modified depending on what the time is. So it's evening now. The skybox dynamically changes to this sunset vibe. You can see the reflection on the water as well. It's got that orange orange look. I'm doing some post processing as well, so there's some bloom in there. It's very subtle, but the entire environment is sort of lit up in this warm orange glow at sunset. And it'll change again at night, so you're gonna see that. All right, let's go into the hospital. I can deliver both my items. Done. You're much too kind. Thank you so much for this, Anna says, smiling from ear to ear. Feel free to use our chapel to pray anytime you want. Also, we're open 24 hours, so please come volunteer with us whenever you have a moment. That's important actually, because not all buildings are open 24 hours. Some buildings have their open times and their closing times. So the hospital is open 24 hours. You decide to head back to the convent to catch the next Liturgy of the Hours. I'd like to give you something small for your efforts. Sometimes money is given to you as a gift when you deliver items and volunteer your time and energy. So there's a currency there. I got 65 bucks, and you can use that to buy items. Okay, I guess we're done here. I'm gonna step out, and we're going to make it to the 6 o'clock service just in time. You seem to have planned out your day perfectly. Not bad for a start, the prioress says as you walk into the chapel. Of course, the prioress doesn't know that the game designer has perfectly designed this path so that you can hit all the marks. Okay, so we're gonna do Liturgy of the Hours. Notice how the interior of the convent has changed as well, right? So it's now sunset. The lighting has changed. I I I really made sure to spend a lot of time making sure that all the interior spaces, all the exterior spaces reflect the time of day and the weather as well. You're going to see weather. So again, it's just all to the gameplay is very simple. You're just clicking buttons, but it's more about just the immersive feeling of just helping people and praying. All right, so let's finish this. We're pretty low on energy. You feel tired and decide to take a nap for a couple of hours before the next Liturgy of the Hours. So we can see the next one is at 9 o'clock, 2100 hours. So we're going to sleep until then. I get +3 energy every time I sleep, so that's nice. Done. It's now night. One of the novices wakes you up. We should get going at the time. Okay, so we're gonna do Liturgy of the Hours again, the last one for the day. Done. Postman Spaz stops by as he usually does without regard for time. Yes, it is a strange time to deliver mail. It's 10 o'clock at night. Um, Also, Spaz is our DJ here in town. Shout out to DJ Spaz. He also contributed to the Kickstarter, so I threw him in there. Um, Got a message for you, ma'am, he says, brandishing his toothbrush mustache. He opens a small parchment and reads, "You're needed immediately at the hospital. A woman has gone into labor, and there seems to be complications with the pregnancy. Please come quickly." The prioress, not one to mince words, interjects. "Your time and energy are important, and you will need both for tomorrow's tasks. Always be aware of the time and conserve your energy as you make efforts to assist others." Okay? As they both leave, you consider your options. Spend more time in prayer, go to bed to regain more energy, or head out to the hospital to assist with the delivery. The goal each week is to achieve 75% charity points and faith points by Sunday. Manage your time and energy between charitable and spiritual activities to attain this goal. Hover your mouse over any icon to get more information. Okay, so that's the game. That's the tutorial. That's the tutorial. So you're free to do whatever you want now at this point. You can hover over each of these icons here. We've got the time, we've got the current day, it's Monday. It's Monday at 10 o'clock. We see that the hospital, and this icon will change. I have the male and female icons here, but I'll probably just have a baby face icon there so you know it's a baby. That's due by 4 a.m., so I have to get there and make the delivery before 4 a.m. Next Liturgy of the Hours is at 6 a.m. Uh, Faith points, I have 31 so far. I need to get 75 by Sunday. Same thing with charity points. Got 20 energy, so I've got a little bit. And I think we can go to the hospital. Notice how the lighting inside the convent has changed as well. Uh, the You can hear like cicadas outside, um, as opposed to the birds you would hear in the morning. Okay, let's step outside. Um, let's see. Shay asks or says, "Really excited to hear that. Would love to see the people also requesting the nuns on errands. Maybe they can be unlockables in a card picture format if they cannot be shown." Yeah, so so each building is going to have a person in charge of that building that's going to ask you for stuff, for errands. And every time you go into a building, there's a chance that they pull you over to the side and say, "Hey, we need you to spend some time with us helping out with this thing," right? So at the hospital, it's the nurse. So every time you go to the hospital, you're going to interact with the nurse, and you will see them once I have the artwork done. So every time you see those story pop-ups with the text, there's going to be artwork beside it, and then you see the characters and that kind of stuff. So, anyways, so Hugo asks, how long does it take to complete the game in real time? So I've seen some people, the people, I've seen some people finish it in about 2 hours per week. Um, I'm a little fast when I play it because I skip through all the story. So if you skip through if you don't care about the story, if you just skip through all the story stuff, you could probably be done in 40 minutes, 45 minutes, the entire week. Um, but I've noticed the people who read the story um, and really consider what they're doing, like the strategy, it takes them at least an hour and a half to finish the week. So with the 4 seasons, I'm looking at about minimum, 3 hours, maximum about 8 hours of game time. If you really go through all the story, and you know, now it's just the one building we're serving, but by the end of this week, you see almost all the buildings will be available. So there's going to be real strategy in planning which building you want to serve and all that kind of stuff. So it'll take a while. That's why I'm pretty happy about finishing the game, because I know there's going to be some substance in there. It's not going to overstay its welcome. It'll be a nice short, you know, average 5 hour experience kind of thing. 720. Okay, so let's go to the hospital. Let's go to the hospital. Let's go help out with that baby delivery. All right. So these are one of the things I was talking about. This is a random event that just randomly came up, right? And sometimes you would have to decline some of these events because maybe let's say uh you had a thing you maybe you needed to attend liturgy of the hours in 1 hour or something, and then you walk into the hospital, and then this random event just comes up, right? You come across an array of balloons and other decorations lined up in the hallway, and then you're going to see the illustration as well beside it. I have an artist working on that. We're setting up for a little social event for our older folks. Anna begins, her face lit up with a warm smile. We could really use your help, right? So you can choose to say no, I can't help you right now, I'm busy with other things. That affects your CP. If you look at the bottom left of the tooltip, you lose 2 charity points if you reject any of these random events. If you accept it, then it's going to take you half an hour to finish. It's going to take 2 of your energy, but you're going to be rewarded with 4 CP. So it's only half an hour. I think I can still deliver the baby in time before 4 a.m. So I'm going to accept. Press and hold. Done. Okay, it's 12:30 now. Uh, I'm going to do what I came here to do in the first place. Baby delivery. Always have to keep track of your energy. I only have 12 left, so I'm gonna have to go back to the convent and sleep for a while. Done. Delivery successful. New life is introduced to the world. That's it. You can stay here and volunteer your time, but I'm not gonna do that because my energy is pretty low. So, oh yeah, would you ever expand gameplay to online? Zelko asks, where other users can help one another. Yeah, so I wanted to do something really, really, really simple for online, and that was to send donations to other players. So, money is difficult to come by, but you know, in keeping with with the same spirit of what nuns do, what they've done and what they continue to do is, even with the little they have, they still give out to the poor, right? They still give out to people in need. So that was something I was planning on introducing, but I don't know if I'll get that in for the Christmas release, but it'll just be a little thing where you can decide how much money you want to give out to a stranger. The way I was planning on doing it, and again, I don't know, I haven't fleshed out the details yet, but it was just going to be you send out money like out into the universe, and then players, it goes to a random player. So you could open your game one day, and then you say, "Oh, hey, you just received a random donation of, $35 or something," and that is just it's a very nice gesture. It's just in keeping with the spirit of giving even when you don't have a lot, and also receiving because it'll be a surprise to you too, right? You didn't ask for it. Somebody just an anonymous donation would just get dropped at your door. So yeah, so LT asks if we'll go to a random person. Yeah, yeah. So that was my initial idea. If that doesn't work, because again, I didn't want to. It was part of a technical reason as well. I didn't want to have a friend system that you have, because then I have to keep track of all your friends and all that kind of stuff, and maybe use Facebook or something. But I think it'll be easier technically and also more in line with the theme to just send out money randomly, and it goes to a random player, and you randomly receive money from someone who sent out money randomly. So yeah. All right, so let's go back to church. Let's see if I can speed things up. Gonna sleep for a while, see if I can get some energy. Okay, something's happened. LT walks up and taps you on the shoulder. Guess what? Just got approved to finish up the orphanage. Of course, you know we can't do it without you, so come on down when you got a moment to spare us, will you? Okay. When the building is ready to be constructed, the construct icon will appear above it. Perfect. Uh, so I know liturgy of the hours is at 6, so I'm just gonna sleep till then. And you can hear the church bells, so that will always sound when it's time for the next service. So I'm just gonna do that. One more. Done. Next one is at 12. I may or may not make that, we'll see. Step outside. So there we go. Construct icon is right above this piece of rubble here. So I'm gonna go there for the next thing. Construct, construct, construct. Done. So I'm up to 41 CP. It's pretty good on just the second day. So that's pretty good. Crowd cheers as last nail is hammered in. Food and drink are passed around and everyone makes merry. Another one down beams LT with his mouth full of food. School's next. Hope to see you there soon, ma'am. A petite woman dressed in a long black dress approaches you. Thank you so much for your help. I'm Emilia, the director here at the orphanage. She gives you a warm hug. I hope you visit often. The kids would love to have you around to play with them in the evenings, she says with a cheerful smile. Our chapel remains open for use anytime, even when we are closed, so you are very much welcome to use it to pray. We usually request for toys for the children, and we'll put up a deadline when we have new requests. Thank you so much once again. So it's closed right now, but you can always pray in the chapel. And that comes in handy if you need to if you're in a building and you need to increase your faith points, or you need to wait for something to open. If this was opening in half an hour, say, you could just pray here until then. Um, so, so every building would have a chapel that you can pray in. Okay, let's see if I can make 12 o'clock. Perfect timing. Done. So I'm a bit low on energy, so I'm going to try to. Mm, it's a good, it's a good point. Okay, let me see if I can go volunteer at the hospital. Cutting it close here. Yeah, so this is an annoying thing that sometimes happens is I just got to the hospital, right? I spent all that energy getting here. And as soon as I get here, um, I find out they need an item delivered. So I have to go all the way back to the market, buy the item, and come back here before 9:30. That's probably not gonna happen. I'm probably not gonna make it in time. So I'm going to ignore that request and just do some volunteering real quick. Thanks so much for helping my boy, a woman says, placing your hands in hers. It means so much to him. Yeah, so every time you volunteer, you get these little um, story vignettes. Shea says, always missed that because I was running back to pray. I think one time I forgot my energy bar and died. Yeah, man, you have to keep track of your energy. I'm working on a checkpoint system now actually, so that when you run out of energy, um, I think right now if I run out of energy, it goes to the next day. You lose everything for the current day and it goes to the next day. But I think that's a bit too punishing. So I think so what I'm doing now is when you run out of energy, you're given the chance to restart the current day again so that you can maybe plan better for that day. Yeah, so she gave me some cash. I've got $100 now, which I could use to buy medical supplies, but I really don't think I can make it in time. They close at 10 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock right now. I have 6 energy. So if I go here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, dead. Okay, so that's not happening. I'm just gonna go to church, the convent. Uh, Going to do liturgy of the hours real quick. Okay. Now when it gets to 9:30, this will disappear, and I will lose the 2 points. So I'm gonna go down to 42. That's fine. I can easily make 2 points. Um, but I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep for a bit because I find that I'm running really low on energy all the time, and I want to be well stocked for tomorrow, so I can do a lot of things tomorrow. Yeah, see. Oh, it's just 1 point. Okay, not bad. Okay, so it's 10 o'clock now. Um, Let me do one more volunteer at the hospital, and then I'll come back and sleep for, till tomorrow morning. Hey, fancy lighting. Yeah, so every time it goes to 12, you see that cool lighting thing there. That's the moon. You always enjoy hearing the tales of the retired soldier of his days in the war. Yeah, so, the hospital has palliative care as well, so you have some vignettes with, old people, and yeah, I'm going to have lots of these types of um, story things that pop up when you volunteer your time. And then, of course, you see the illustration. So just keeps you immersed and really reinforces that what you're doing in this town is good. It's good for the people. So, I know it's not much, but please have this. So it gave me some money. I got $134. Nice. So let's just go sleep. Ah, another random event. Paris meets up with you. I know you've been busy of late, but you should spend some quiet time to do some meditation and reflection. If you reject spiritual requests, you lose faith points. If you reject charitable requests, you lose charity points. Makes sense? But I'm not going to reject this. Even though I wanted to spend time sleeping, I think you do get energy when you do spiritual activities as well. It's just not as much as when you sleep. So, and this is gonna take me till 4 o'clock. So it's 1 hour. All right, I will do it. +3, +2. Got to 50. It's changed to yellow now. Nice. So making progress. Let's see if I can sleep. I really do need to sleep, both in real life and in this game. Well, 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 look who I ran into, a voice says in the distance. It's none other than LT. Just got approved to finish up the school, and as promised, I'm here to summon you to help us out. Let's go! Uh, it's interesting that LT always seems to come to me when I'm in the convent. But these events are based on time, not based on location. So LT always comes to you at 5:30 in the morning, regardless of whether you're in the street or in the hospital or in the convent. So I'm gonna sleep till 6. Gonna do liturgy of the hours to 7. And the repetitive nature of this, always praying at 7 and 12 and 6. That's literally the life in a real convent, right? These ladies, they do this day in, day out, and they have like very strict schedules that they adhere to, and a lot of it is spent in prayer. People send prayer requests. That's another thing I was thinking of dabbling with um, online as well. You could get prayer requests, and you know, you could pray. You could have a mechanic where you just pray for other people. But I haven't figured that out yet. But yeah, so that's why the game. So you're going to have to get used to this daily cycle of planning your day out, and you can decide. You know what, 6 a.m. I prefer to be in the hospital at 6 a.m. and I would rather do evening prayers, right? However you want to work out your strategy, it's up to you. Okay, so I'm going to sleep a little more. Let's do till 8 o'clock. Out in the distance, you notice a woman dressed in a trench coat. She seems to be fiddling with a strange instrument made up of four cup-shaped objects, mounted on a vertical shaft and spinning horizontally. Uh, so this instrument is called, I forget what it's called, a barometer or something. It's used to measure the weather or wind or something. As you approach her, you notice a label on her trench coat reads, Christy the Weather Lady. It's going to rain today, she murmurs without looking up. You expend a lot more energy walking around during a storm than you would if you had an umbrella. If you do not have an umbrella, I suggest you wait it out in whatever building you find yourself in. She continues, her eyes never leaving the strange machine. You look with awe as the instrument works its magic, increasing in velocity as the wind picks up speed. So, we're introduced to another new mechanic. That is weather. Stormy weather start time is indicated with this icon on the left there, 11 a.m. Walking in stormy weather consumes more energy. Okay, so real simple. Normally you consume one energy with each tile every time you move. When you walk in stormy weather, you consume extra. We do not know when stormy weather ends. I actually don't know when it ends. It's completely random. So plan accordingly. Okay? So you know when it's going to start. It's going to start at 11 a.m. So that's just an extra factor in how you're going to plan your day, right? Let's see. The sky changes as well. You can see it's kind of cloudy. The shadows are almost all gone. Very, very, very soft, very light shadows to add to the mood. You're going to hear thunder, and yeah. So here I have two options. I see a baby is due at 5:30. I may not be able to make that. I don't know. Um, but let's go build this school. Rain is going to start in half an hour, so one more click. There you go. Pretty fancy, hey? Um, and by the way, you can leave. You don't have to finish an activity you start. You can leave anytime. But I think if you do that, you would have to start again. So another building completed. Another celebration ensues. This town is really shaping up all thanks to you, LT says. A stern voice clears their throat from behind. A tall, dark man stands there, clad in a black suit, with shoes polished so well you could almost see his reflection. These characters are very interesting, I think. I'm Gabriel, he continues, his stern expression matching his voice in perfect unison. I'm the headmaster at this school. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. He shakes your hand with a firm grasp, and you feel as though it would be crushed if any more pressure were applied to it. So Gabriel is a friend of mine. He also contributed to Kickstarter. Shout out to Gabriel. And so he's in the game. Well, he's in the demo. I don't think any of these guys are going to make it into the full game. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Uh, I really appreciate the work you've done here, he says, paying no attention to your squirming. We could always use an extra teacher, so I hope you will lend us your talents. Okay? We usually request for books and stationery, and we will put up our deadline when we have new requests. Good day. All right. So the volunteer option here is to spend time and energy teaching a class. So I know we have a baby delivery at 5:30, but it's raining, so I'm going to be consuming 2 energy to get there. Uh, but I want you guys to see the rain, so I'll step outside. Pretty fancy, I think.
Hello.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
she waves if you click on her.
Hello.
Just a little touch. Um, Speaking of little touches, uh, yeah, LT, I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna make it. We'll see. Speaking of little touches, attention to detail is something I'm also really passionate about. So, for example, now it's raining. You see the trees are swaying a little more violently. Uh, Clicking on tiles you cannot walk to. You just get this little grass thing here. Clicking on buildings you cannot walk to currently. They just do this little hop. And then clicking on the lady
Hello.
herself, she
Hey.
waves. So, just little touches that I like to throw in there. Uh, yeah, I know the rain, hey? Yeah. And with the different seasons, so in the winter time it's going to be a snowstorm. Um, in spring, I believe it's going to be hail. It's going to be hail. Um, and in summer is actually going to change, I believe. I think summer you get the heat wave instead. And so all these different weather effects on the different seasons have different gameplay, um, gameplay interactions or whatever. And then in the fall, I think fall is when you get the rain. So yeah. So let's go. Let's see. What do we do now? Let me just calculate the time here. So 12:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30. I think I can deliver that baby. Let's go do that. All right. Um, Baby's due at 5:30. So we're just gonna do this. This just popped up. So the school needs books at 8:30. I think we can make that. I think. The rain stopped. That's nice. The rain icon has disappeared as well. Nary a murmur of complaint. The mother welcomes her 5th child. Wow, congratulations. Nice. Yeah, and again, you're gonna get illustrations with all this, so it's gonna be really nice. As a token of my gratitude, take this. Got some money. Okay, so let's see if we can. Man, I'm running low on energy. Normally, I wouldn't walk out in the rain like that, but I just wanted to show you guys. The rain really took a toll on energy. Okay, so let me just try and calculate this quick. So this is due at 8:30. This is gonna be 4:30, 5:36. and then I buy the stuff. That takes no time. Come back out 6:30, 7, 7:30. Okay, so I can make it there for 7:30. Nice. And in terms of energy, I've got 12. So 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Okay, I'm gonna have 5 energy when I'm done. And I can still make it back to the convent. 4, 3, 2. Okay, so let's go get some books. So that's basically the kind of planning and strategy you're going to have to do. Hugo says this rain feels like real Nigerian thunderstorm. Yeah, I know. Um, Shay, I already delivered the baby at 5:30. I'm not sure if you missed that, but I just finished doing that. So yeah, so let's go get those books. Buy it's $50. It takes some cash. Step out. I lost 2 points from two faith points because I've been missing. If you've noticed, I've been missing Liturgy of the Hours. I missed the past. I missed the 12 o'clock one and the 6 p.m. one. So I'm gonna have to make up for that. Um, yeah, so the school is closed. School opens 9 to 3, Monday to Friday. I guess I should put the days as well, because on Saturday you wouldn't know that it's closed all day. And the orphanage is open 3 to 10. So, and I did that because it makes sense that the kids would be in school from 9 to 3, and then they would be in the orphanage from 3 to 10, right? So, all right, let's deliver these books. Gabriel clears his throat. Thank you for the textbooks. Can distribute more to the kids to study. Yes, good. I'd like to give you something small for your efforts. Thank you. Okay, so we can actually let's step out here. Um, so this closes at 10. If I go in there, it'll be 8:30. Can spend some time with the kids. Hugo asks, um, is there an optimal? Oh yeah, Shaya says, oh, so it's before the time. Yes, so these deadlines um need to be done before, like you have to complete those tasks before the time. That's how it works. If you complete it, so if I got, so remember that school deadline was at 8:30, right? If I got into the building at 8:30, it would be too late because the deadline cancels at 8:30. So I'll get some more player feedback on that. If people feel like 8:30 should count, then maybe I'll shift it to um, a time block after the deadline before you lose that task. But right now is you have to do it before the deadline. You have to complete your task before the deadline. The only exception to this is the convent. So with the convent, 9 p.m. means 9 p.m. is when the activity starts, right? So I should probably have that in a tutorial somewhere. That the building deadlines are need to be completed before, and the convent deadlines are at the start times. Okay. Hugo asks, is there an optimal way to play the game? I don't know. That I actually don't know. Um, I've seen people play it in different ways. Um, some people like one strategy I've seen, and I've used this as well. I might even do it right now. Is some people just ignore everything and sleep for like an entire day. And so when you do that, you have maybe 50 energy or something, right? And then that way you're not always running low on energy. You don't even really think about energy that much. You can really just spend your time doing more things. So yeah, so LT says maybe a slightly different icon for completed by and starts at. Yeah, yeah. I definitely It's on my list. It's on my list to differentiate between the deadlines that are starting and the deadlines that have to be done that have end times basically. Okay, so let's spend some time. I know I'm gonna miss this, the 9 p.m. service, but it's okay. I also just realized I only have 4 energy, so I can't even really spend time at the orphanage. Oh well, okay. I'll go back to the convent. Well, that's interesting. Uh, these guys need toys by 3:30 a.m. and this closes at 10. Let's see. Let's do a quick calculation. So it's 8:30 right now. So this is going to be 9, 9:30, 10. Now it closes at 10. So me getting there at 10 means it's already going to be closed. So that's a lost cause already. So I'm just gonna forget about that. Uh, quick liturgy of the hours. I'm really low on energy right now. Nice. And I'm doing okay. Like on Wednesday, I have almost 60% CP, 54% FP. LT asks, can you add a cap on how long you can sleep in a 24-hour period? Yeah, yeah. So I was thinking of that. I was thinking of that because you could literally sleep for as long as you want. You could sleep Monday to Wednesday if you like. Uh, there is an energy limit of 100, so you can't get more than 100 energy points. Um, and I've tried to get, I have gotten 100 energy points and still finished it. You would be surprised how quickly you can burn energy, especially if you're reckless and you decide to start running out in the rain, that kind of thing. And there are also provisions. Um, I guess we'll see that in a bit. But there are provisions that come up that have that give you different buffs. So some of them give you discounts at the shop. Some of them are energy boosts. Um, some of them are prayer boosts. Um, so, let's keep going. I'm gonna try to speed this up. Let's see if we can. Let's see how fast we can get to Sunday. I'm gonna try to speed this up. Okay, so let's just sleep. Let's just sleep a bunch because I'm really low on energy. Just gonna sleep till it's Thursday. Lovely lighting change there. Zako says sleeping Monday to Wednesday sounds good. I know, I know. Sounds amazing. I wish I could do that. Can't remember the last time I had a good night's sleep. Yeah, so 3:30 I just lost that 1 point because I didn't deliver the toys. That's okay. Let's keep sleeping. Sleep, 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 sleep. LT meets up with you. I know I always bug you in the early hours of the morn. You think? But I find no other time more appropriate. Okay? Anyway, the shelter is almost ready for completion. Please come help us out as soon as you can. Okay, so let's just sleep one more. 6 o'clock. Let's try to get those faith points up. Nice. All right. 54 energy. Good. Let's head out. There's the shelter. It's in rubble right now. So, by the way, you don't. The other thing too is you don't have to go to the buildings. Like I could go to the hospital and volunteer. I could go to the school and teach when it opens at 9. Um, yeah, or I could just stay in the convent and sleep, or I could stay in the convent and keep praying. It's up to you. But I'm kind of just playing through the happy path, just so we can see all the buildings. Okay, let's build this guy. The shelter complete, another round of food and drinks goes around to celebrate. This town is really changing for our eyes because of your LT says. I wonder what accent this is, man. Sounds like Southern American or something. A man walks up to you so slowly that you cannot tell if he is fully conscious or sleepwalking. Hi there, he starts with a loud yawn, his eyes half closed. I'm Thomas Katz, the manager of this here shelter. Thomas Katz is another Kickstarter backer, so I added him to the game. I'd like to extend my thanks. Homelessness is a real issue around here, and this will really aid us in our battle against it. Fair enough. We usually request for groceries and will post that deadline when we urgently need them, if you don't mind. Although having cooked meals would have been nice. Too bad we do not have a kitchen yet. That sounds like foreshadowing. Sounds like we're gonna get a kitchen soon. Do please stop by often, if you don't mind, he continues, delivering his lines at a snail's pace. I could always use an extra helping hand. He walks away just as slowly as he came. Sounds like if you guys have seen Zootopia, the what's what's that animal that was at the desk that responds that takes like a minute to answer a question? That's what this guy sounds like. Anyways, so we can now buy and deliver groceries to the homeless shelter. Cool. How do we spend the rest of our day? Let's see if we can make liturgy of the hours. We're doing really good on CP, so I'm gonna try to do more. Yeah, the sloth. Yeah, thanks, Zelko. That's what that was. Very slow. Okay. Um, let's see. Let's go. I don't think I can make it to school because they close at 3. So I'll just go wait in the orphanage until they open. Let's pray there. I don't know if you can hear the kids. It's pretty rowdy in there. So that's just part of the ambience that I tried to create for each building. Each building has its own ambience. Let's do some volunteering at the orphanage. Oh wow. Okay. Okay, let's think about this for a sec. I could finish my volunteering session, which I think requires 3 more half-hour blocks. So 4 o'clock, 4:30, 5. Then I could go to the market over there. So that would be 5:30, 6, 6:30, and then back 7, 7:30, 8. That would be, so I could make it before 10. So I could finish this current activity, go buy the toys, and come back. I don't know if I'll be able to make the baby delivery at 9:30. So I think I'm just gonna have to forfeit that. So let's see if my calculation is right. I have enough energy. See, I'm not even taking energy into consideration because I have more than enough. So that's the advantage you get when you have a good night's rest. You know, just like in real life. All right, let's finish this. Can't believe our luck, Emilia says, her eyes wide with surprise. You managed to keep them quiet during study time. What a miracle. We don't have much to give, but we hope this little gift will serve as an appreciation of what you are doing for us. Oh, thank you. Okay, so let's go buy the toys. We only need one. They only request for one, so we'll just buy the one. 45 bucks. I missed the 6 o'clock service, so I lost some points there. And as you can see that things are going to become more challenging with the more buildings we have up and running. So now we have these two, we have to make a choice between whether we're going to deliver or deliver the baby or deliver the toys or go to church or whatever. So there will always be a couple of options you have to juggle between, and it's up to you how you want to play it. Alright, so let's deliver the toys. Is that the Captain Galaxy toy? Amelia asks with astonishment. The kids love him. Thank you so much. Not a problem. Please take this for your troubles. It seems like I'm getting a lot of cash rewards. Oh, that's nice. So this is the kind of thing where I might say, I could make a donation to the internet and I could donate $50 or something, and out of the goodness of my heart. There's I don't plan on having any rewards for donating. I just want it to be something that the player does simply out of goodwill. And when they receive rewards as well, they'll know that other people are doing it too. So it'll help encourage them to do the same. LT asks, would you ever buy supplies to keep on hand? You could, but you notice you only have two inventory slots here. So if you buy if you buy items and a building deadline comes up and your space is full, if you're lucky that you bought an item a building needs, that's cool. But if not, you have to go deposit the item first, then go back to the shop to buy the items the building needs, and then go deliver those. So I don't know if there's much benefit in storing up items. Actually, I had a thing, like a cache. I had a cache in, it was going to be in in the convent where you can, like if you're free, you can go to the shop, buy items, and go keep it in the cache, right? And then when a building requires an item, rather than going to the shop, or if the shop is closed, you could just go to the cache and retrieve the item and go deliver it. So I do have that planned. I should probably it's planned somewhere. I don't know. And you would be able to access the cache um, in every building pretty much. At first I had it that you'd only be able to access it in the convent, and that might still be the case, but I haven't play tested that at all, so I'd have to see how players react to that. All right, so I could spend time here with the kids, um, but I have 71%. I'm really close to my 75% target, and it's just Thursday, so let's go back to the convent and oh, this is still due at 9:30. I wonder if nope, I'm not gonna make that. Nah, I'm gonna forget about that. Let's go to convent. Ooh, 4 points. Yikes. I lost. Yeah, I think baby deliveries cost the most, so you want to try to make those. They're pretty bad if you miss them. All right. Um, I see some toys again due at 5:30, but I know the shop closes at 10, so that's a lost cause. I'm just going to catch the last half hour of service and let's 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 do some more prayer till 12 midnight. Let's try to speed things up. Postman Spaz stops by with a large duffel bag. I've got provisions for you, ma'am. You get to choose only one, though, as we have to share with the community, so pick wisely. Okay, so another mechanic. Provisions may appear at midnight. Their effects typically last no more than 24 hours. Okay, so this one is 20% discount at the shop. This one is to cook meals in no time. Now, just because I know that the kitchen is coming up next, I'm going to pick this. But ideally, I shouldn't have provisions come up for buildings that have no use for it. So if you haven't built the kitchen yet, this shouldn't show up. But I know I'm going to build the kitchen today, Friday. So I'm going to pick that because cooking takes time. So if you have this, then cooking takes no time. So let's sleep. Let's do a lot of sleeping. Sleep, sleep, sleep. LT says all night prayer session to boost FP. Yes, we could definitely do that. Another baby delivery at 1 p.m. Yeah, I think we can make that. Okay, 72%. Oh, there comes a cry from distance. LT once again. Now it's time to finish up the kitchen. You're gonna love this one, I tell ya. Okay, so let's finish up here. 6 p.m. It's turned green. We met our target. Nice. Just on Friday. We're probably gonna lose points though because I'm not going to hit every service. So let's try to get our CP up. We have lots of energy, so we don't have to worry about that for a while. Uh, okay, let's go to the. Actually, maybe maybe we should do the baby delivery first, just to be safe. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, we got a random event. You come across an array of balloons and other decorations lined up in the hallway. We are setting up for a little social event for our older folks. Anna begins, her face lit up with a warm smile. We could really use your help. Okay, sure, sure. Let's let's do that. It's going to end at 10:30, but I know baby is due at 1, so we have time. So we can do that. Got a +4. Nice. The school needs some books by 5. Okay, let's deliver this baby. Nice. After a few scary complications, the baby is born, and the mother's sigh gives a sigh of relief. Awesome. Okay, we're done here. I'm going to miss 12 p.m. service. It's 12:30 already, so I'm probably gonna lose 2 FP. Okay. So the shelter needs groceries, the school needs books, and the kitchen needs to be constructed. So it's a bit of a dilemma here. Uh, oh, hold up. Shaya says, "How do you pray all night and not sleep but be okay?" Uh, Shaya, that's a good question. I'm told that prayer gives you, uh, you know, meditation gives you a certain kind of energy. So you don't get, so in the way it's done in the game is you don't get as much energy as when you're sleeping, but the meditation does, it's not like, how we pray in Nigeria now. You know how it is. It's not that kind of prayer. It's more like meditation where you're just silently meditating. So you regain some energy, just not a lot. You guys asks, did you ever play test a game with real nuns? Um, so no, but I did send it to uh we have a lady here who is the executive director of a religious order here in Manitoba. They're called the Grey Nuns. So the costume, the habits that this nun is wearing, that is the religious order of the Grey Nuns. So I sent it to her to play, and she thought it was cute. She gave some pointers into how the nun should be designed and all that stuff. So yeah, it was nice to get her approval. And what I want to do actually is talk to other religious orders so that I could get their costumes in the game as well. So that's the kind of PR thing I would be. Yeah, Zelko says nuns playtesting would be great for the game's PR. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the idea. So it's to get as many different religious orders in the game as possible as extra costumes, and then so it's just reaching out to all these ladies and just pitching them on the game. So yeah, definitely, definitely great idea. Uh, let's see. LT says you get one energy if you pray the rosary. Yes, correct. Shay says just saying it does not work in real life. Yeah, yeah, I know. But just roll with it, man. It's meditation. Meditation gives you energy. All right. All right. So We have three options here. Let's go finish the kitchen. Let's ignore everything else for the purposes of this demo. See, this is almost due. It's turned red. I'm going to miss that. This just popped up for 10:30. Might be able to catch that. I might be able to catch that. Okay. All right, let's build this. Done. Construction materials are cleared as stoves are lit up. Thank God, LT shouts with excitement. We can stop eating cold bread and canned beans all day, every day. Food's on the house, everyone. That's the kind of thing my brother would actually see in real life. So, fun fact. A man walks up to you, twirling his long mustache. Hello there, I'm Jeff the chef. Mwah, he says with a chef's kiss. Thank you so much for all your help. I will do my part and make the best dishes ever tasted by the lips in this town. Mwah. You can now deliver cooked meals to the shelter. Very nice. By bringing the groceries here. But you must help with the cooking. Okay, so remember how I said that um, having these utensils would help me bypass the time it takes to cook? So let's try to calculate this. Let's step out here for a sec. So the groceries are due by 9 p.m. Um, if I go to the shop, it's going to be 7, 8, oh sorry, 7, 7:30, 8, 8:30. That would be fine. Um, on the other hand, I could buy the food, buy the groceries, and come back to the kitchen to cook it, and then go deliver it. And you get way more CP charity points if you deliver cooked meals. You get way more. But I don't think I'm gonna make that 9 o'clock deadline. So I'm just gonna do, I'm just gonna do, I'm just gonna deliver the groceries. I wonder if I can make this 10:30. So if I go here 7, 7:30, 8, 8:30, 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30. No, not gonna make it. All right, let's go. Let's buy groceries. And let me just buy toys. I know I'm not gonna make it, but I'll just have it on hand to deliver later. All right, so this is red. It's almost due. Half an hour more, and I would have missed that deadline. Gonna deliver this. Thank you so much for the food, Jeff says with another yawn. We needed this today. It's not much, but I'd love you to have this. Okay, done. I can't make service, so I'm gonna lose some points. But we have 83 CP. Wow, amazing. Um, let's go to the hospital. Deliver this baby. Took a few hours in labor, but the baby was delivered successfully with chairs all around. Nice. Okay, Saturday now. One more day to go. Um, let's go. Man, these guys, they need something again. Come on. All right, let's go deliver these toys. It's late. You can always deliver even if the building is closed. They have a drop box. So drop that in there. Wonderful. Let me begins. The kids will be ecstatic when they see this one. Please accept this gift. Okay. Go back. Convent. Random event. One of the other novices runs up to you. We are just about to start a Bible study session with tea. At 4 a.m.? Wow. Would you like to join us? Yes, please. It's just half an hour, 4:30. Plus 1 energy, plus 2 FP. Sure. Got time. Let us sleep. Let's get some energy. It's 5:30 and LT didn't come to disturb us. Thank the Lord. Let's keep sleeping. Let's do a 6 a.m. service. Okay, both in green. Nice. Alright, so let's see if we can finish up here. Try to speed this up. Drop this at the hospital. Got some cash. You've saved a life today. May God never forget you, Anna says with tears in her eyes. Aw, thank you. It's a token of my gratitude. Take this. Okay. So let's go back. Liturgy of the hours. Okay. So nothing is due, which is nice for a change. So I'm just going to sleep, get some rest. Get some rest whenever you can. Yeah, just keep sleeping. I think I can sleep till 6 o'clock. Notice how the shadows are growing and the lighting changes. Okay, baby's due at 1:30. If I go for that, I'm gonna miss the 6 p.m. Actually, 1:30 is a long way away. I can stay here. Okay, it's due to 6. Um, I see toys are due at 1 a.m. Let's do this real quick. Get that up. Go buy the toys. Um, Deliver the toys. Wonderful. Maybe that begins. The kids will be excited when they see this one. If you accept my little donation, yes. Closing in half an hour. Okay. Um, let's go deliver this baby. The town crier announces the parish priest will start confessions at 6:30 today, followed by mass at 7. Please be on time. You do not want to miss confession and mass. It's the biggest part, it's the biggest event of the week. You do not want to miss that. So, uh, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, even if I'm in the middle of something. I should make this like really big or put more emphasis because yeah, you don't want to miss that. It costs you a lot if you do. And you gain a lot if you make it. Like if you were under 75, just attending confession and mass could take you to 85 or 90. So it's like the it's like the Hail Mary, literally. Anyways, so yeah, we have these events that come up at 12 midnight. You don't see a lot of them in the first week because I'm still introducing the mechanics, but in subsequent weeks, um, I have these events that come up at midnight. So Sunday zone is that, yeah, the parish priest is coming on Sunday, but sometimes it could be um, you could fall sick, so everything you do consumes double energy. It could be all the prices in the market have gone up by a certain percentage. It could be that the town people are just angry, they're in a bad mood, so you don't get as much CP as you normally would. It could be your spiritual energy is drained, so you don't get as much FP. They're just different. They're basically modifiers, basically. Um, but yeah, that happens in subsequent weeks. This is just an introduction to the first one. All right, so we've got some provisions. I can get 2 extra inventory slots, or I can get cooking utensils. Um, I'll get the utensils. All right, let's finish with this baby. Done. Delivery successful. Right on time, too. A new life is introduced to the world. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh, look at the town. It's almost done. Just the one left. You wouldn't see that until the following week. But yeah, we helped build this. So this is not, by the way, I should mention this is not it's not a building game. It's not a city builder. It's not a town builder. This is it. You build the buildings once and that's it. The story continues. Um, some events do happen, like buildings might get flooded, or they might, um, some buildings might catch fire. Those are like events, and if you don't get there on time, they might be destroyed, so you have to build them again. But it's more like the focus of the game is about serving your community as opposed to, building buildings and upgrading buildings and getting buildings to be automated to do stuff by themselves. That's not the focus. Focus is you're always going to be helping them out every day. Okay. Hugo asks, how do you know when something is due? There are these time pop-ups on the top of each building. Um, so LT pointed out that I should differentiate between when something is due and when something, like when the time is an end time and when the time is a start time. So only the convent has start times posted up, but every other building has the deadlines posted up. So I'm sure we'll see that. Well, we've been seeing that over the past few days. So, but I'll bring it up again when it comes up so you can see it. One of the other novices runs up to you. We're having a little spiritual retreat and would love for you to join us. +2 energy, +5 FP. Wow. And it's an hour. Sure, sure, sure. Why not? Okay, let's get some energy, sleep. We're doing really well. 89, 87. Fantastic. Sleep till 6. And we have lots of energy. Nice. Done. 91. Great. We can go. We can go volunteer. And I'll meet up with you in the lunchroom. Sorry to bother you, but we need a lot of help with the laundry. Do you have a moment to spare? Yes. 2 hours till 10:30. Takes 4 energy and they give me 20 bucks. Sure. Yeah, so sometimes you get money as opposed to CP. So, yeah, let's do it. Toys are due. So, yeah, so Hugo, you're asking how do you know when something is due? So, these floating icons on top of the building, those are the due dates. Oh, sorry, the due times. And the icon shows you what is required and the number shows you how many. So, for this first week, we've only had one item, but with subsequent weeks, you might have two, three, whatever. So, let's do a quick calculation. This is due by 3. It's 11 a.m. now, so 30, 12, 31, 32, 30. Make it just in time. Let's do it. Here you go. Deliver it. Captain Galaxy toy. Yes, it is. It is the Captain Galaxy toy. Thank you for some cash. Um, I'd like to show you the cooking actually. Never got to do that. Let's see. So 6:30. Remember they said confessions at 6:30. So let's see if we can calculate this quick. It's 3 o'clock right now. Hi. 3:30, 4, 4:35. Cook the thing. 5:30, 6:30. Yeah, we're not gonna make it. Okay, so let's just go back here and just sleep until 6:30. I think that's the best cause of action. Okay, 6:30 says, and you notice the tooltip changes now to press and hold to attend confession, and you can always see how much FP and energy you're going to get with each action. At the bottom, um, so LT says, in theory, you could have a lazy day until mass, right? Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you're doing well, like I'm doing super well. And again, this is just the first week, so it's pretty easy. I'm doing very well. So yeah, you could just sleep in the convent the entire day until 6:30 and go for mass. In fact, you could be strategic because confession is 4 FP, right? That's half an hour. Mass is 1 hour, so that's about 8 you get from that, right? So 8 plus 4 is what, 12? So you can even decide if you're low on FP and CP, you can decide to focus on CP on Sunday because you know that if you make confession and mass, you're gonna get 12 points. So you could go from 60 to 72 or 65 to 77 or whatever, right? So you could strategize that way as well. Um, Hugo asks, what about the you are inside the church? I don't think I understand the question. If you could type it out again, that would be nice. But in the meantime, let's attend confession. It's nice. And now it changes to attend mass, right? So we're just gonna do that.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Okay, it's a nice voiceover there. And we're gonna do it one more time to finish up. Okay, that's done. Um, Next liturgy of the hours is at 9, but I have a delivery at 11. Let's see. Can I make that? 8:30, 9, 9:30. Uh, hmm, I don't know. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Get one last look outside because the game ends at 12 midnight. So, um, yeah. Oh, Hugo says I like when they disappear into the orphanage. Yeah, I like it too. Okay, so let's go into the hospital. Let's see if we can deliver this baby. Yeah, so you'll notice it's not going to be full um, by the deadline, but because I already started, I'm still going to get some points, right? So delivery is successful. New life is introduced into the world. Please take this for your troubles. Okay, so it's 11 p.m. right now. The game is about to end. I'm just going to walk one more step, and we get the fade to black. And yeah, so depending on your performance, if you meet your 75% FP, you get you receive a spiritual revelation. And that's just basically when you unlock the cards of the saints. And then if you get 75% CP, then you get a monetary donation as well because the townspeople are happy with you, so they give you some cash. Okay? So someone left a package at the convent doors. You open it to receive an anonymous donation. And this is how the online mechanic would work as well, right? Somebody's going to leave a package and it's going to be an anonymous donation. So this is the offline version of it. Um, Say okay. You unlock one of the cards. Saint Teresa of Calcutta. Get her birthday, when she died, her feast day, and there will be a separate screen where you get to unlock, where you get to see all the cards you've unlocked. That does not exist yet, so that's the only time you get to see it. Thank you for playing the Sainthood demo. There are 3 saints to unlock in total, so try and get them all. Yeah, so if you play for 2 more weeks, you get to unlock 2 other saints. Um, and but again, the weather, like it's the same season. In the full game, each new week is going to be a new season, right? So things would like the environment to change, uh, the the elements you have to deal with will be slightly different, and yeah, there'll be some fun stuff to deal with. Shay asks, um, hold on. Hugo says, sorry, I meant, how do you how do you know what is due if you are inside the church? Right. So when you're in any building, um, you have these side notifications here on the side. So right now, the church you can see 6 a.m. and it's red, which means it's due. Well, it's 6 a.m. right now. So liturgy of the hours is due right now. But any other building that has deadlines would show up on the left side here. So you can always see what building requires a thing. And Zelko says that's super cool. Kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Yeah, definitely. A lot of tactics games. I was inspired by a lot of tactics games. I love playing tactics games myself. Um, Mario Rabbids is like one of the best ones I've played in recent times. Into the Breach definitely inspired the layout of the world map. Yeah. Shaya says, so is this how it works? There's a goal per week? Yes. So every week you have to get to 75 FP, 75 CP. That's the goal. You have to get both. Um, if you fail to get either one, you have to either restart from a checkpoint from a previous day, so Monday to Friday. So if you think you messed up on Friday, then you can go back to Friday and restart from there, um, and then see if you can meet your target by Sunday. If you think the whole thing was messed up, then you can just restart the entire week. But yeah, you have to meet both 75% um, for both CP and FP. Those are the goals each week. Those are the only goals. Okay, so this demo is a continuous work in progress, so there may be issues, tweaks, and changes to the game and its systems. Yes, that's just a fair warning. Your feedback is very important, so please let me know what you think. Send me your comments on Discord with the invite link on the main menu. Yes, so there's a Discord invite link. I should probably post it in the chat actually. But yeah, the game is actually also playable on a web browser. So I have a itch.io um, link where you can play the game online. You can play all of this online for yourself. And I think, oh yeah, have fun. I think the weeks just go on forever in this demo, so you could play. There are two more saints you can unlock, so you can at least play for 2 more weeks. But I think the game just keeps going on forever. But yeah, so that's the game. Oh, I see we have one more building here. I'm not even sure. Okay, there we go. LT meets up with you. Hello, ma'am. I hope you had a really good weekend. We're just about ready to put the finishing touches on the clothing bank. Will you come help us? Sure, sure. There we go. Okay, so let's go finish that up. Done. Crowd erupts in cheers with singing, dancing, and cheerful smiles passed around. You smile quietly to yourself, knowing the little you contributed went a long way. Yeah, that's it. So you've built the town. Now you have to maintain it. So every week your FP and CP resets to 1515 and you have to build it up to 75 while dealing with all the issues that might come up. But yeah, let me see if I can quickly do the cooking, just because I never actually got to do that. So if I buy groceries, I have a lot of money now because I did so well last week. Um, let's buy two. Okay, so I can cook. So in the tooltip it says cook a meal requires groceries and inventory. Cooking will swap the groceries with cooked meal in inventory. So let's do that. It also takes half an hour as well, and energy. So you have to be mindful of that. Okay, I have 4 energy left, pretty low. Let's see if I can spend some time here, just so I don't die on the streets. Then we can deliver food. Thanks for the food supplies. Jeff says, have close. Glad you don't mind. Don't have much. Yes. Thank you for the food. Jeff says, we needed this today. Okay. So, yeah, man, that's it. So, as you guys know, um, and as Zelko has just posted, I'm a filmmaker as well. I make movies as well as video games. Um, I have a feature film that's out right now. It's called Time Sleeper. So if you could go check out the link that Zelko posted, Zelko helped me distribute the film. It's on several platforms right now. Uh, and if you go to the website, you can choose, I think you can choose the platform you want. Um, or that might just be Vimeo, I'm not sure. But yeah, man, go watch the movie. Share says you can make a hard difficulty where you can only gain energy in the comments. Yeah, yeah. So there are lots of different modifiers and um, different difficulty things that I'm planning on adding that would definitely change how the game, how you strategize. Yeah, for sure. But you're going to see that in the full game. There's going to be lots. It's going to be lots of testing involved. It's a very complex game. Lots of systems in place. Um, so and I know Shay, you're in the dev group, so I can post the game there. Um, if anybody wants to test, I have a Discord as well. So if you guys want to join that, then you can leave feedback there. Yeah, so Zelko is posting the different places where it's available. So it's available on Tubi. Oh, that's my movie, that is. Movie's available on Tubi, it's available on Plex, Vimeo, Gumroad for purchase, Amazon Prime if you're a subscriber. So yeah, just search for Time Sleeper on any of those platforms. It's a movie I made. It's about time travel, and it's about a woman who has to go back into the past to save her son from from an accident. So that's going to be it's an interesting movie. I made it because I wanted to make a movie, like a feature length film, because when you make feature length films, there's some doors that open up to you as a filmmaker when you make feature length films. In addition, there's some doors that close. Like there's some funds that you cannot get if you've done a feature, if you've publicly screened a feature. So, but I think the benefits outweigh the cost. So I did that, and you know, it has a lot of elements that I like: science fiction, time travel, uh, religious allegories. Um, but yeah, it's a fun movie. I think you should check it out on any of the platforms listed. Also, let me know how you think, what you think about that, and because because I'm applying for funds to make my next movie, and and yeah, I'm going to need some real feedback so I know how to creatively prepare myself for the next one. My next feature that I'm planning is based on a nun. Surprise, surprise. But I'm trying to do the same thing with that as I'm doing with this game, right? Where if you look at a lot of the movies and series with nuns, it's either, warrior nuns or, pregnant nuns or nuns that are lusting after guys. And the movie I'm trying to make is just normal nuns, man. It's like that's the thing. Just making a movie about regular nuns is what differentiates it in the marketplace. So I'm gonna try that. It's a bit of a psychological thriller because this nun, she has nightmares that she has to deal with. So Um, but yeah, I'm actively developing that and pitching that, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, Hugo, you have one last question. Hit me. It's been 2 hours already. Wow. Thank you guys for staying. I really appreciate it. Listen to me ramble. Uh, but yeah, it's 3 o'clock, so let's hear Hugo's question, and then we can we can go about our day. Hugo, what's your question? I assume you're typing it out right now, so just give you a few seconds to do that. In the meantime, let's see what I can do here. Yeah, I know. Hey, Zako, time flies when you're having fun. It's very interesting. So we spent 2 hours playing the first week, right? And um, I know I stopped a lot to talk about different things, but you can see yourself spending at least an hour and a half, maybe an hour if you're really fast. Um, Hugo says, "How long did you say this live demo was meant to last again?" Yeah, I said it was gonna last 30 minutes, half an hour, because I thought I would just play it for half an hour and be done. But man, I guess this is proof that um, I don't know, when you're really when you're getting to the characters and strategizing and just having fun, time does fly. So it makes me happy because you know I don't even have the Saints menu yet. That's something I'm developing right now. Once the Saints menu is complete and you can see the collection that you're building and you can read their bios and stuff, that's a place where people are going to be spending time. So, and then you add the 4 seasons and the different events that'll happen along the way. I think it'll be a nice little, high quality game experience, you know. And I can sell that on Steam for $10. And if I do my PR well, if I reach out to these religious orders and try to get their costumes in the game and try to really build this audience, I think I could have something here. So, anyways, yeah. So Hugo, to answer your question, yeah, the game the game does take time. It's a strategy game, so half an hour could turn into 2 hours, as I have clearly demonstrated here. But yeah, man, thank you guys for coming. I think that is it for the stream. I'm going to end it now. And yeah, I'll see you guys online, I guess, when you give me feedback or whatever. So have a good day. Goodbye.